Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media and Triple H with this great picture, unsung heroes, the people that really make SummerSlam happen, the lighting rigs, the camera shots, the pyro, the production trucks. This is the crew, the engine behind it all. So Triple H just making sure that these people who are very small and you can't make any of them out are getting some sort of credit. So there we go. Nice from Triple H. This, though, is the big talking point today. So John Cena did an interview with Adam Glynn. I think he was kind of just stopped in the street, actually, but he came out with a hell of a quote. He was asked about the return of Brock Lesnar. He was asked about SummerSlam, and this is what John Cena had to say. I've been saying the same thing for 25 years. They deal them, I play them. You know, I'm just really excited. We've got like 12 of these things left. I think SummerSlam was an indication from the audience where everyone kind of knows where we're closing our book. And just because I closed my book in December, that doesn't mean the WWE closes its books. They've got to continue their programming going forwards. So they're just trying to make the most exciting shows for the fans. A dozen of them I got left. They deal them, I play them. So much to unpack. First of all, he seems to be talking a lot about how he is wrapping things up in December, but WWE goes beyond that. And I kind of read into that him saying that, you know, that was a passing of the torch moment at SummerSlam because Cody is the guy now. Cody is the guy that's going to take this company forward. So, you know, he says, I closed my book in December, but that doesn't mean WWE closes its books. So, you know, put over Cody. Cody is the future. That's how I interpret that bit. But the bit that people are more interested in is this bit. They deal them, I play them. That is John Cena saying, they tell me who I'm facing, they set up my opponents, I just get in there and get the job done. And he said he's been saying the same thing for 25 years. Now, the reason why that's a big talking point, of course, is because Triple H insinuated that Brock Lesnar had returned because John Cena wanted him to. But this does not insinuate that. This does not insinuate that at all. This actually insinuates the opposite, that WWE have said to John, right, we've got your next opponent lined up. It's going to be Brock. And John's like, okay, let's go. So it's obviously just causing even more confusion now. This whole thing is so messy. There's no kind of clear communication on this. And I wonder if that's by design. You know, because perhaps there just isn't a satisfying answer to this. Perhaps there just is not a satisfying answer. So it doesn't seem like it's John that's responsible for bringing Brock Lesnar back, which is what a lot of people were thinking the other day. So the mystery continues. Right, JFK Jr.'s niece has had a WWE tryout last week. So there we go. There she is. That's the niece of JFK Jr. Apparently she was someone that attended those SummerSlam tryouts. I did see a list, actually. I was sent a list by Johnny of all the men, all the women that were part of those tryouts. I didn't recognize any of the names. Lots of just indie talent, but also people that have come in from like the gymnastics world. I did see Dagger, is it? Tessa's former husband, Tessa Blanchard, her former husband, Dagger. I believe he was someone that was part of that tryout. And of course, we know already Lyra Valkyria's fiance was also part of that tryout. I didn't bother including that here because it's just a load of people I've not heard of. I'm guessing it's going to be a load of people you haven't heard of. If you want to look into that, I did retweet it. So you can find that information on X. Right, WWE Unreal Season 1 did 2.3 million views. That's 10.7 million hours viewed. I don't know if they're going to be pleased with that. I mean, all the reports I've heard is that they are pleased and there is another season coming. So I'm thinking they will be pleased. This is a touch lower than a normal Raw, right? I think Raw the other week did 2.7 million views. This has done 2.3. So it's below a normal Raw episodes, but seemingly people are still happy with how it did. So there we go, 2.3 million views in its first week. Right, Tiffany was on the Impaulsive podcast and she had some really interesting comments. So she said that she thought Seth Rollins' injury was a shoot, and we know that he worked the locker room. A lot of people in the locker room did not know that he was faking the injury, that the injury was a work. So here Tiffany is saying she thought it was a shoot. She thought it was real, right? I thought the cash-in was sick. What an actor. I thought it was a shoot the whole time. He was limping around backstage. That was insane, says Tiffany. She also talks about her drama, her back and forth with Charlotte earlier this year. Charlotte Flair is Charlotte Flair. She is a legend. And I was the champion at the time. Things were heated. She's very competitive. I'm also very competitive. I'm trying to prove to Charlotte Flair that I can go. I can stand up to her. I'm worthy of this title. So yeah, she's got heated. We both went off script. It happens. I did have to apologize, and that's obviously in Unreal. And that was that. I'm someone that can fully embrace being in the wrong. I had no problem apologizing. Do you believe it was wrong? Yes and no. I think what I did was justified, but maybe I shouldn't have gone that far. But I do feel like I was justified in what I did. So there we go. And that was mental. This is probably the craziest part of what she said. So apparently she was driving, and I don't know if she was cut up or there was some sort of road rage incident where the guy got out of his car, Tiffany got out of her car. They started getting into an argument because of some incident that had happened whilst they were driving. Someone cut someone up or something like that. And basically the guy's girlfriend got out, started getting into a brawl, right, on the side of the road. And apparently the guy came over and just stomped on Tiffany's head. Horrific. Tiffany reveals she was jumped in a shocking road rage attack that left her with a broken face. And she was away from NXT. This was when she was in NXT. She was away from NXT for quite a while because of this incident. She did break like a bone in her face. Just scary. Really, really scary. I'd not heard this story. I don't think anyone had heard this story. What did you think about Tiffany Stratton's shocking revelation? Unbelievable. Right, it was Hulk Hogan's funeral, and we got a little bit of news in the folders about that. But Bam Margera posts a photo outside of Hulk Hogan's funeral of a cloud that seems to resemble Hogan's iconic pose. And it does, doesn't it? It does. So it really does kind of resemble. That's crazy. The cloud outside of Hulk Hogan's funeral. Wow. You see what I see? If this isn't a sign, then I don't know what is. That is crazy. I mean, I don't think it is anything, right? But I can see it. So there we go. Right, Karrion Kross, Wrestle Night. Thank you, Karrion Kross has got loads of best-selling shirts right now. His book, as we mentioned in yesterday's Unseen, is now available. And of course, word on the street is his contract is due to expire this weekend. We know that We Want Kross was being chanted at Triple H at the press conference and after night 2 of SummerSlam. And so, yeah, I mean, now he's getting like, you know, best-selling shirts, and there's a real support for Karrion Kross. A real support as we get closer to this weekend. So, yeah, I mean, I fully expect to see We Want Kross trending all week, to be honest with you. And for these shirts to be bestsellers all week as well. And actually, the closer we get to this weekend, I think the more and more we are going to see that movement grow louder and louder and louder. And I think this weekend could be absolutely huge for the We Want Kross movement. So there we go. No word yet as to what's happening with his contract or anything like that. We're still kind of in the dark. Right, I am nobody, thank you. So Kim said, I proudly made this vest for Rowan of the Wyatt Six. He wore it to the ring at SummerSlam. I made a majority of the gear that the original Wyatt family wore, and this was a trip down memory lane. I even used the original image I still had from Wyndham for the logo. So there we go. This was created for SummerSlam. This is what Rowan was wearing. And there you can see the old school logo on the back. Very, very cool. And you can sort of see there's the front of it. It's a great looking item, isn't it? Looks absolutely brilliant. And there he is wearing it with that old school logo on the back. And yeah, that is really, really cool. Really, really cool. So I even used the original image I still had from Wyndham for the logo. Love that. Love that. So I thought people would enjoy finding out about that. So I am nobody. Thank you for tagging me in that. Let's go over to NXT. NXT was pretty bonkers tonight. Yeah, Maybelline ad on the NXT ring now. So adverts have now made their way on the ring. It's been clear up until this point. Now we do have this Maybelline ad here. The big thing for me, though, is what is going on with Booker, right? That's the big thing for me. Let me turn this up so that you can hear, Booker, right?
She was born with it, or is it the glamour girl?
The glamour girl. The glamour girl. Do it again.
The glamour girl.
Is he all right? Is he okay? Right, a very awkward moment. This was awkward. There was a real miscommunication. 1, 2. One, two. He tries to make out that he got his shoulder up. He didn't even move, mate. I think what happens, right, is that Tank thinks this is the finish and this is going to be 1, 2, 3. And so what he does is he actually stops this person, which I think is Uriah, stops Uriah from getting in there to, make the save. But the problem is they think the save is coming. And so he stays down, right? And so we end up with the ref having to try and find a way out of this mess because they think a save is coming. The save has been stopped, so no one's saving. And so we end up with what should have just been a 3 count, to be honest with you. So have a look at it again. 1, 2. The ref has to just sort of make out that a shoulder was raised when it absolutely was not. A very awkward moment during the NXT Tag Team Championship match. Talking of awkward moments, right? So Dark State, I think, are really interesting. They haven't really got going, to be honest. I think that they are a group that a lot of people are split on. I think if you ask some people, they'll tell you they're like the next Retribution. If you ask some other people, they'll tell you, well, we've only just got started with them. They're going to make a few mistakes. Really, it's about getting them ready for when they arrive on the main roster. And I can subscribe to that. I think that whatever they do in NXT is kind of irrelevant. Once they arrive on the main roster, that will be the real first impression. So we can sort of make a few mistakes and try and get the presentation right. And one of the things that has not felt right for a long time is this guy. He just does not fit in. This is Cutler, and he just does not fit in with the group. The other group bring this energy, this kind of aura that he just doesn't bring. And here, he kind of stepped forward and he was like, that's right, we're going to stick our finger right up your butt, right? And you can see in the background, the other members being like, what's he on about? What is he on about? And I think this is them starting to kick him out the group, honestly. I think that's where this is going to go. A lot of people online are like, oh my God, he's so cringe. This group is so cringe. But I think this moment was meant to be cringe because I think they are now starting a process of basically Cutler not being good enough. I think they're starting a process of, it's going to lead to him being removed. That's what I'm thinking. because they didn't just no-sell it. It's not like he said it and we just carried on. Like, you can even see the reaction from the other members, like hands on the head, like, what is this guy on about? So I think that is going to be a story that's going to unfold. Right, Jordynne Grace is going to get to face Blake Monroe at WWE Heatwave. That's coming up later this month. Joe Hendry was on the show. He was in a fridge. Not sure why, but he was in a fridge. Love that for him. Chesea Green and the Hervice were on the show. I feel like everyone was on this show. This show was mental, right? Everyone was on this flipping show. Moose was on this show. So Chesea Green came out and she was standing up for Ethan Page, standing up for Canada. And so it feels like we're going to get Tavian Heights, and he's going to find a female to potentially take on Chesea and Ethan. Feels like we're kind of building that way. So definitely something worth keeping an eye on. There's Wren Sinclair. So she had a picture taken with Joe Hendry. She was the one that summoned Joe Hendry. So there we go. They got a picture together. Right, next week and the next 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks' time, we've got Trick Williams against Javon Evans. Winner will face Obafemi at Heatwave. I wonder if that'll be a screwy finish. I wonder if they'll both end up going to face Obafemi. In 2 weeks, we got Jasper Troy taking on Ricky Saints. And then next week, we've got Lash Legend against Nia Jax. We have got Oba, Trick, Javon, and Moose taking on Dark State. I wonder if Cutler gets pinned, and that'll be another black mark against his name. And then here we got Lola and Kalani taking on 2 members of Fatal Influence. So that's next week as well. So next week looking pretty good. And Aaron, thank you. Yeah, it is worth mentioning that Sol Ruca did still have, just around her waist there, the Speed Championship. And that's obviously noteworthy because it seems like WWE Speed is finished. So for her to still be parading and walking around with that Speed Championship, you would have thought someone would have had a word with her. You don't need to do that anymore. So there we go. So she did still have that championship. Okay, let's go other, shall we? Jelly Roll is going to be on the Cody Rhodes podcast tomorrow. So there we go. He is the latest guest. Really sad. Just sad. Triple H, Kid Rock, Bam Margera, and more attended Hulk Hogan's funeral, but sadly his daughter, Brooke Hogan, did not. Now, we know they had a very fractured relationship. It seems like they last spoke on the phone a few years ago. From what she said, it seemed like it was quite pleasant. And I've also heard that she did go to the beach and sort of pay her own tribute. So I don't think that it's as simple as she just hated him and didn't want anything to do with him. It's obviously a shame that she was not there at the actual funeral. But Triple H apparently was. So Triple H, Kid Rock, Bam Margera, and more, all at the funeral. I'm not aware of anyone else from WWE being there. I don't know, actually. I didn't read the article. The emotional service was held in Largo, Florida. The public were not allowed to attend. Several high-profile names were spotted. Among the first to arrive was Vince. Oh, right. Vince McMahon was there. Triple H and his wife, Stephanie. The couple flew in a private jet and were photographed touching down in Florida. Also in attendance was Kid Rock, who made a subtle nod to Hogan by wearing a yellow feather in his hat, a colour forever linked with the WWE icon. Bam Margera, long associated with the Jackass crew, was also at the service, as was comedian and podcast star Theo Von. So there we go. I wasn't aware of any wrestlers. To be honest with you, I wasn't aware that Vince had gone, so I'm glad we did click on this. Missing from the service was Brooke Hogan, Hogan's daughter, who had a strained relationship with her father. Brooke was also absent from WWE's Monday Night Raw tribute show, which aired just days earlier. She later revealed she wasn't invited to the Raw or SmackDown tribute shows. She said she had not been invited in the first place, but instead of attending the memorial, Brooke honoured her father in a deeply personal way by taking her children to the one place he loved most, the beach. In a touching Instagram story, Brooke posted a black and white throwback photo with Hogan from her childhood, accompanied with an emotional message. Taking our babies to your favourite place today, the beach. She followed that with a heartfelt tribute to his memory. We will be celebrating your life and all our good memories while we have our feet in the same salt water you loved. Until we meet again, Daddy. So there we go. That was that went down earlier today, Hulk Hogan's funeral. Tony, thank you. So someone reminded Finn that Cena basically took an opportunity away from him a few years ago. Like, have you forgot that Cena took this opportunity? And Finn was like, Finn never forgets. I don't think there's anything to that. I think that's Finn just basically, you know, having a bit of fun. I can't see Finn getting involved with John, to be honest, before John retires. That's not a match that I'm expecting. I'm not even expecting any kind of confrontation, to be honest, but, you know, just worth being aware of. So we've done that, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. Let's do fun. Then, of course, we got a lot in community. So, yes, he did. So, look at this face when Roman's music hits. Bro shat himself when Roman's theme hit. So, Wolf, thank you. Yeah, this is crazy. Fade. You could just hear it there, the whole stadium. You can see. It's very quiet. Can we turn it up loud? No, it's as loud as it goes. You can just hear it. It is quiet. I can't get it any louder than it is. You can't see me. You can hear that coming from the stadium. Right. Yeah, this was great. This was great. This was during the commercial break. I think we mentioned it, but we've got the clip here.
Next on my list is that Stephanie. That Stephanie Velcro.
Stephanie Velcro. Next on my list is that Stephanie. Stephanie Velcro. Rohit said, bro, this angle is crazy. So this is fan footage. There they are. Spanish Fly. Here it comes. They're just getting in position. It is crazy. Oh, look at that. Very cool. Right, when you fake being sick to miss school and then your mum leaves for work. Back to good. Back to normal. Very, very good. Ah, Trick. Trick is so endlessly entertaining.
Watch out, fellas. Move. Headed Trick and Names on the way. Hey, yo, I said move. I said move. Watch out when grown folks are walking. Huh? What's wrong with y'all? Rico Suave, put your hands down. You ain't under arrest? What team is this? Stitch your mouth shut. It don't matter. Huh? You got something to say? I said watch your mouth when grown folks are walking. Gotcha. Huh? Okay then. Give me some. You thought.
Put your hands down. You're not under arrest. Man. Very charismatic. Right, let's have a look at this, shall we? This is Candice. There we go. I can't play much more than that, but amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Love that spot. One of the highlights of SummerSlam, that. I love that spot. Okay, wow, look at this. Look at this, Joe. Thank you, my friends. So this is from actually inside the stadium, and you can see there that the Fireflies are out. Joe was sending this over for us, like loads of little clips. Played one during the stream. The other ones have got like music in entrances, which we wouldn't get away with playing. But this one I thought was the best one anyway, with all the fireflies and everything, and just shows like what it would have been like to have been in that stadium for SummerSlam. And you just get that little glimpse of what it's like being in the crowd. So really good that. So really appreciate that, Joe. Thank you. Okay, Ryan getting a few things. My brother gave my son a bunch of wrestling stuff for his birthday from Pro Wrestling Crate, and this gem was in it. My son gave it me because he knows how much I like Karrion. So I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. It looks what is it? Special introduction by Karrion, right? So it looks like some sort of comic book, maybe, with a special intro from Killer Kross. So, yeah, they do have some interesting bits in Wrestle Crate, to be honest. There we've got Kalisto, signed. Not sure about the pose, but there we go. Vicky. We've got Rock and Roll Express. Legends. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. That's awesome. And X-Pac, of course. So, very good. Very good. So, Ryan, shout out to you. Very, very good. What else have we got in here? So Lewis said, I got a Zarya Sol Ruca like on Instagram. So Lewis, congrats, buds. We've got HBK 11819999 said, picked up this awesome figure whilst I was out today, getting a Shawn Michaels Ultimate Edition. Very nice. Here we've got Brett Lee getting the new Wyatt 6 composition book. A lot of people picking that up. That's doing really well. Chanel said, we went to our local Comic-Con. We brought a WWE mystery box and I looked out. I got an Asuka keychain, Bray Wyatt action figure, which is I love this series. If you hear me talking about figures, I talk about these all the time. These are the Walmart Superstars ones. I love this line. The fact you got the Bray as well is awesome. And I've been dying for an Austin shirt. And my first figure, I was so ecstatic. I received my favorites. You did really well. So you got a really cool Austin design there. And Asuka, I mean, that's great. And that is the series that I absolutely love. So you did really good, buds. Fiend is War said, I made a custom Wrestling Days in 2K25. The hashtag is Wrestling Days, YT, no spaces. So there we go. If you want to play as this boomer, then get over there. I mean, it just checks out, doesn't it? Everything there looks absolutely bang on. I look shredded and ripped and jacked, and I've got the word boomers on the back, and a little bit of grey in the beard, which little unfair, to be honest. You know, I think we can agree that I've managed to keep the grey hairs at bay. So, you know, maybe we need to just fix that a little bit. But other than that, bang on. What was that I just saw in the replies? This is more accurate. Very good. Very good. Right. So we had that. Here's Edwards. He said, this was today at the wrestling. I got a photo with the women's champion, Kate Galloway. And here's a few videos. So there is women's champion, Kate Galloway, with Edwards. And there she is again. That's a bit of a stalker shot, to be honest. That's a little bit like over the shoulder. Like, let me see if I can just get this picture without her noticing. Awkwards. This is a video. What have we got here? It looks fun. I mean, loads of food places in the back. Lovely weather as well. And you're really close to the ring, aren't you? So we got that, and well, there we go. I'm not even going to attempt to look at that one because it's not quite the right way round. But I'm glad you had a good time, Edwards. Let's take that down. Wrestling Junkie in the building at the SummerSlam Superstore. Hope you had a good time, my friends. That looks great. Walter J was ready as well, getting ready for the first PLE for the Wyatt Six, representing. So very good. Psychosia. If you don't follow Psychosia, you should follow Psychosia. There's something going on with this girl. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on with this girl. Yowie wowie, your pretty little psycho had so fun in the playground. It was a wonderful day seeing my sister, Alexa Bliss, and my new friend, Charlotte, once again being crowned as queens for the Golden Thrones. How the friendship reaches my beating heart. We made the WWE Universe remember us as champions. Even had some tea with new friends too. Seth Rollins, congratulations on bringing CM Punk down to his knees. Perfect plan to burn it down until we all play again with sweet nightmares. Everyone, I have a feeling we are going to be friends forever and ever. There is Psychosia. She's the one on the right. So there is Psychosia, just off having fun, watching...
Oh, SummerSlam! We're here! Your pretty psycho's here for SummerSlam! Whoever wants to come out and play! You should run.
Dude, I reckon we could scrap the Wyatt Six. Scrap the Wyatt Six and just put Psychosia onto WWE TV. That's better than anything the Wyatt Six have done this year, and I'm not even lying. So, we've got a very diverse community. Right, Ash, shout out to you. Look at that, meeting Charles Robinson. Very good. Great picture, buds. Very good. World Hardcore Wrestling. Meeting Green Shirt Guy, but Green Shirt Guy not in a green shirt. You do lose points for that. It's that's Black Shirt Guy. So you met Black Shirt Guy. There we go. Look at this. We've got some superstars that are being met. God, you did really well. You did really well. Where were all these in the same place, were they? Where did you... You said this was a quick thread? You met everyone? What? Oh, were they doing sign-ins? Dude, quick thread. Quick thread. I did read quick thread, didn't I? Dude. You might as well have just wrote a list of who you didn't meet. God, they're crazy. Dude, you did so well. You did so well. I hope you had an amazing time. The hervice, so good. Very good, well done. Right, what else we got? Got a like from Karrion. So, Word of Wrestling, congrats. Black Ice got a like from Kairi Sane. Congrats. Here, Raymond managed to get a repost from Carmen Petrovic. Very good. Kapata got a like from Karrion. Congrats. I Am Nobody got the Wyatt Six book, as did Matt as well. Matt's picking it up, so people absolutely loving that. Right, let's do thanks and let's get out of here. So Edward, Wild Child Billy, Chris, Cal, Michael, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Sweet Chim Wrestling, and Raymond. Really do appreciate all the support. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Unseen. Of course, we're back tomorrow for Evolve, but we're also back tomorrow with another episode of Unseen. So thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.